Let's play some baseball here in Hartford, Connecticut as your Reading Fightin Phils get ready for game number 2 of the 6-game set against the Rockies AA affiliate. Last night, the Fightins, they battled real hard, but they could not come away with the victory as the Yard Goats won 7-3. The Fightin Phils smacked 2 home runs, though. Aldrin Corridor, his 13th of the season, and Jalen Ortiz, a team leading 16. So that was pretty exciting. And Andrew Baker making his AA debut. Just 4 pitches for 1 out, inheriting 2 runners and stranding them both on. So a successful day for Baker in his AA debut. Today, the Fightins will throw out Ethan Lindau as they sit 24-28 in the second season, slipping to 7 games back to Portland in the Northeast Division. The Yard Goats 26-25. They're a little bit more in that playoff push for a different reason, though. And that's if Somerset takes the second half after winning the first half. It'll go to the team with the best overall record, which would be the Yard Goats at 69-51. But a big matchup at hand here. Ethan Lindau will face off against righty Mitch Kilkenny, who will be throwing to Willie Mciver back behind the plate. Not the first time that we've seen Kilkenny this season since we played the Yard Goats twice before, so we'll keep our eyes out on who's played well against him. So Mciver back behind the plate. Isaac Collins entering the lineup. He'll be out in left field. Brent Doyle in center, and Zach Veen over in right, who had the game-winning homer last night. Aaron Schunk over at the hot corner. Julio Carreras at short. Hunter Stovall at second, and Grant Levine down at first base. The umpires rotate clockwise. Jude Corey back behind the plate. Kelvis Velez, the crew chief, shifting down the third baseline, and Sean Cassidy manning the first base territory. The Fightins switch it up. They'll be in their road grays today since they couldn't get a win in the Navies yesterday. They'll try to find something else that works. They'll stick with the alternate road cap, though. Navy brim and red back with the white vintage cursive R on the front. Kilkenny steps up the first pitch. Popped back foul by Johann Rojas for strike number 1, coming in at 7:07. At Dunkin Donuts Park. Another beautiful night here on our hands. We've been so blessed with the weather down the stretch as Kilkenny comes home to Rojas. The bat is splintered. The ball goes to short. And making a good play is Carreras. The barrel of the bat went all the way out to third base. And the knob that he was holding is still down by the plate. We're going to get that off the field of play for out number 1. Here is Carlos De La Cruz staying in that number 2 hole for the second day in a row, but he is making his AA debut at first base. He played there a little bit in prior levels, I think like 20 games, so not much experience as he takes one below the knees. 0-1. 76 degrees here, not a cloud in the sky, and a slight breeze coming into the ballpark, 7 miles an hour. This is popped up over to the first baseman. The covering pitcher tries to get his foot there first, and he beats De La Cruz to the bag. Put that in your scorebooks. 3-1 for out number 2. Here's Wendell Reha with a chance to turn things around here. Had a tough day at the plate yesterday, 0 for 4, but I know his family's in town, and I hope they get to watch some magic happen here. From Wendell, as there's 2 kickouts, no score in the top of the first inning. Kilkenny comes set, glove at the chest. Wendell lines this down to left field. Does it stay fair? It is fair. He's hustling for 2, a stand-up double for Wendell Reha with 2 outs. Gets him in scoring position for Jalen Ortiz, who launched a moonshot yesterday to the last row of the second deck down in right center field. I mean, that was crushed. And here he comes up with Wendell Reha in scoring position, a chance for the Fightin Phils to get on the board first with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. The Yard Goats are wearing their royal blue and green trimmed tops, V-neck style, and the matching blue and green cap. This is a ground ball foul down the third base line. And the Yard Goats logo on the front with their home white pants. Kilkenny comes set, glove at the chest. Not really paying super attention to Wendell as the runner shifts off the bat. This is punched down the right field line. Bean going over. It's going to bounce off the wall. That's going to drive in a run. An RBI single for Jalen Ortiz makes it 1-0 Fightins. That is some expert hitting for the righty to poke it the opposite way out of Bean, who was not playing anywhere near that line. And Reading gets on the board with 2 outs. Here's Ethan Wilson looking to keep the line moving. Runner on first and 2 away. And the first pitch hits the inside corner. These 2 have not faced yet, since Wilson just getting the call up last week for the AA Fightins, and Kilkenny has been here all season long. Down and away, 1-1. Ortiz getting checked on at first. Not taking too much of a lead, but with 2 outs, he's going to be going on contact. Kilkenny 4-6 on the season with a 5.63 ERA, making his 22nd start in AA. Comes set, glove at the chest. Ortiz shuffles off the bag at first. This is popped up down the left field line. Into the stands it goes. And it moves to 1-2. Kilkenny, 92-mile-an-hour fastball there. Mike Jones giving some information to Ortiz at first. And, of course, Sean Williams down the third baseline. Although they did send Tyler Henson, the hitting coach, to the meeting at the plate with the umpires and manager of Hartford. This is deep in the hole at second. He flips to first, and it's a throw up the line, and Ethan Wilson beats it out. That's an interesting play from Stovall. He was right back behind second. Might have been able to beat Ortiz to the bag there. It's tough. His momentum was going into left field, and he had to completely turn his body and throw it over to first, or I would think Wilson would get a hit for that, and he does, because it wasn't like it was a terrible throw out of Stovall. He was just moving in the opposite direction, and he did the best he could. And so that moves Jalen Ortiz over to second. With 2 outs, the Fightin Phils are getting the job done. Here is Aldrum Corridor. First pitch, ball outside. They've been doing all of this with 2 outs. Corridor in from the left side, takes another ball down and away, 2-0. They are very aware of what Aldrum could do here. And Kilkenny has not given him anything good. Lefties bat just a tad bit better against him, 286 average compared to righties, 281. So pretty similar on either side to the plate. Looking back at second, now he comes home. Aldrum pops this up out to left center field. Coming over, Collins. He's going to make the catch, and that will do it. The Fightin' Phils do pick up 1 run on 2 hits as Jalen Ortiz drives in Wendell Rijo, and they lead 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the first. Good signs here for the Fightin' Phils.
The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both die-hard and casual fans with its summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Golden Oaks is an award-winning high-end golf club that offers golfers a country club experience without country club prices. With 5 sets of tees, golfers of every skill level will enjoy their game. Golden Oaks has Bogey's Pub, a beautiful pro shop, driving range, and learning center that will make any visit complete. Golden Oaks Golf Club is the perfect venue for private events and golf outings. Visit us for our newly opened golf simulators, complete with its own bar area and Bogey's Pub menu items available. You can stay in our beautifully restored 1850s farmhouse and then play our award-winning championship golf course. Each room includes full amenities, cable television, and quaint rustic decor. While on the premises, visit Bogey's Pub for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing beverage. We're ready to serve you here at Golden Oaks and look forward to the 2022 season.
Well, the Fightin' Phils get on the board in the top of the first. Jalen Ortiz drives home Wendell Rijo. Ethan Wilson picks up his second double-A hit, and so the Fightin' Phils lead 1-0. Giving a little run support to their lefty, Ethan Lindau, who will be throwing to Herbert Iser back behind the plate. Ethan Wilson out in left, Johann Rojas in center, and Jalen Ortiz over in right field today. Wendell Rijo back at third base, Luis Garcia at short, Kevin Vicuna checks in at second base, and Carlos De La Cruz makes his first double-A appearance at first base. He did play 22 games out there for High A Jersey Shore, and he made just 2 errors in 154 chances, which is a .987 fielding percentage. That is pretty solid for a guy that doesn't get a lot of time over at first. Isaac Collins will lead things off today for the Yard Goats. Did not play yesterday, but he gets that leadoff spot today. You want to know why? He bats .321 off of lefty pitchers. And, of course, Lindau is the southpaw. But he gets a first pitch strike, and now he comes outside 1-1. Ethan's been one of the most solid starters for the Fightin' Phils in his 16th double-A start after making 8 relief appearances in High A. Looks to clip the corner, but he doesn't get it. 2-1. 76 1/3 innings of work. For a 3.66 ERA, that is pretty darn solid. Checks his swing. They appeal. Does he go around? No. Corner infielders playing in, middle infielders back deep. The Fightin' Phils have given him a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the first, trying to hold on to that early on. This time he hits the outside corner, and a full count is made. His last start, 6 innings, quality start, just 3 runs and 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk allowed. This is a slow roller over to short on 2 hops. Luis Garcia on to first, and there is out number 1 as Isaac Collins goes down on a ground ball. Here is Zach Bean. Bean's the guy who had that go-ahead home run last night in the 7th inning. And it ended up being, although they scored a couple more runs late in the game, it ended up being the go-ahead run to take the Fightin' Phils 7-3, and that was his first double-A home run. I think they were all pretty excited for that. I mean, it's a barrier to break. This is his 20th game here with the Hartford Yard Goats as he takes the first pitch ball. Lindau clips the outside corner, 1-1. Number 1 prospect in the entire Rockies organization. This is rocketed foul down the third base side, and Lindau gets ahead in the count, 1-2. Fightin' Phils lead 1 run on 3 hits. Ethan has 1 out here quickly in the bottom of the first. in for the left side is Zach Veen. Lefty-lefty matchup. This is popped up into the Yard Goats dugout. And he'll keep his 1-2 count. Being a true lefty, Isaac Collins, the only switch hitter on their team, as this is drilled right up and over the plate, foul. Ethan, pitch number 12 impending. Here's the 1-2. Rolled foul up the first base side. That is his 4th consecutive foul ball in this at-bat. Game number 122 of 138. We are in the final stretch here. Less than 3 weeks to go. Can't even believe it. 1-2 again. Popped up. Down the left field line. Out of reach. Foul. Number 5 in a row here. Lindau induces a lot of weak contact. We'll see a couple strikeouts, but not huge numbers. This is drilled back foul, number 6 in a row. 58 total strikeouts here in AA, but just 15 walks. Command a center point of his rhythm as a starter. Shakes off Herbert Iser as he's takes a full windup, and the 1-2. Guess what? Foul down the third base side. Coming over is Wilson, but it's about 3 rows back and on the other side of the net. And he'll keep his 1-2 count. Pitch number 9 coming in at the at-bat. I can't imagine how exhausted Veen is. He's fouled 7 straight. Again, the 1-2. Goes up the middle, backhanded by Vicuna. He bobbles it out of his glove. And safe at first is Zach Veen. That would have been a tough play for Kevin deep in the hole at second. Lost it on the transfer back. And that puts a runner on with 1 out here for Kyle Datras. Waiting to see what they give that. I think it would have been a tough play either way. Here's Kyle Datras with a runner on first and 1 out. Lindau kicks to the knees for strike 1. Veen stolen 4 bases in 7 attempts. Yesterday he was picked off, and they do end up giving Kevin an error for that. And now the Fightin' Phils have made an error in 18 of their last 20 games, if that stays the call. Lindau has a good visual on the runner at first, being a lefty as he comes home missing outside. The count 1-1. The Fightin' Phils got the first run of the game in the top half. Jalen Ortiz, a 2-out single to bring home Wendell Rijo, who doubled to reach. And so the Fightin' Phils lead 1-0 here in the bottom half. Fly ball out to right field. Jalen Ortiz is there. And he makes the catch for out number 2. Veen holds on first, and here is Aaron Schunk. Lindau's been very solid in the first inning. A 3.66 ERA overall, a 1.80 first inning ERA, which is pretty impressive. Talked yesterday about this with Noah Skiro, but Mike Adams leads the team with 6 wins. Ethan has 5 wins, a chance to garner that top spot in wins, or at least tie it with Adams here today, if he can give us at least 5 innings and exit with the lead. And Redding goes on to keep that as this is rocketed foul, probably back onto the street. 1-1. Runner on first is Veen. 2 outs here. In the bottom of the first, Redding leads 1-0. Lindau looks over. And now he's going to come home. This is drilled up the middle. But there to make the grab is Johann Rojas on the run in. An error allows a runner to reach, but Lindau strands him there. The Fightin' Phils keep their 1-0 lead to the second we go in Baseball Town.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you. You want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis throughout the 2022 season. Visit Alex's convenient website at brgpa.com and search for your perfect home today. His custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and he's there to answer all your questions. Call Alex today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 11 Savage Auto Group Fiesta Friday games during the 2022 season. eXp Realty Group and Alex Patansis, where every move matters. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
The shortstop, Luis Garcia.
The Fightin' Phils take their 1-0 lead into the top of the second. Luis Garcia leads things off. Herbertizer and Kevin Vicuna also due up. Kilkenny, 15 pitches, allowed 1 run on 3 hits in the first. And now he gets a first pitch strike to Garcia. Comes home at the knees for a called strike, down 0-2 quickly. Phillies don't play till 9:40 tonight. Bailey Falter on the rubber. They're looking to take at least 1 from the Diamondbacks after dropping yesterday. This is skied into shallow left field. Going back, the third baseman Shunk. He gets a glove on it for out number 1. Lehigh Valley playing out at Norfolk. They're down 2-0 in the top of the third. Kent Emanuel only made it through a third of an inning. See if he was taken out. What happened there? Injury delay in the box score. Glove at the waist. Now he comes set. And in the dirt comes Kilkenny here to Herbert Iser. But Norfolk did just lose Gunnar Henderson up to the big club, getting the call up. We saw him earlier this season with Bowie and Double-A, and his first MLB hit is an MLB homer. This is lined into left center field. And there to make the play is Isaac Collins as it hangs up in the sky just a little too long. 2 away for Kevin Vicuna. Looking to get something started here in the second. The Fightin' Phils did their damage with 2 outs in the first inning. Jersey Shore finishing up their rain-delayed game yesterday. They ended up taking Hudson Valley 10-7, playing a full 9. Baron Radcliffe had 2 home runs. And that second game going to get started shortly. This is grounded past the shortstop Carreras. Into the outfield it goes. And Kevin Vicuna, a 2-out single here as we go back to the top of the order. Here is Johann Rojas. And Clearwater postponed due to rain. Lots of rain this early week. We've been blessed to get such good weather. The past 2 weeks in Reading, not a single tarp pull. It's like a miracle. At Hartford, it's been nice here the past 2 days. Rojas takes the first pitch called strike. Kevin shuffles off the bag at first. With 2 outs, he'll be going on contact. This hits the outside corner. 92 with the fastball out of Kilkenny, and he's got him 0-2. Rojas grounded out to short his first time up. Reading leads 1-0 here, threatening again in the top of the second. Vicuna out on first, 2 away. And there's a called strike 3. He's caught looking on the outside corner. And that will end the inning. The Fightin Phils pick up their 4th hit, but they strand him on base. To the bottom half we go, up by 1.
The Reading Fightin Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
One nothing lead for the Fightin Phils as Ethan Lindau takes on the bottom of the second inning. Grant Levine, Brenton Doyle, and Hunter Stovall due up in this frame. Lindau 22 pitches to get out of the first as he chops this one down on the mound and sends it over to De La Cruz. Man, that had some heat coming off the bat from Levine. Just got his glove on it enough to knock it down right on the mound and make the play unassisted, and he seems fine out there. No visit from the trainer. So there is one away here from Brenton Doyle. It's not like there was a lot of action in the first. It was just a 10-pitch at bat from Zach Veen. Drove up his count that ended in an error. Here's Brenton Doyle from the right side. Popped up down the first baseline, foul, and his count moves to 0-2. Gets the sign from Mciver. He's ready to rock and roll, just waiting for Doyle to step back in. He punches this back foul, and he'll keep his 0-2 count. Doyle, 97 hits. Should be able to get 100 at least in the final couple of games. Not against us, but somebody else maybe. This is popped over the head of the shortstop, Garcia. Well, I did that. That was my fault. Brenton Doyle, a little blooper single into left field. That'll put a runner on and one out for Hunter Stovall. 4 ground ball double play outs for Lindau this season. Longest he's been out there was 7 innings back in August 6th. He's actually pitched all quality starts in the month of August. 7 and then 3 6-inning outings. He's got up to 93 once. That's been his highest pitch count-wise, but he's been able to do some of those longer starts very efficiently in the 80s. Hunter Stovall shoves this back foul. Lindau comes home. This is at the knees for a called strike, and he's got him 0-2. So today I was sitting up here in the press box. I'm up the third base line, so I've got a good view of the infield, left field not so much. But I was sitting up here, and the Yard Goats were taking batting practice, and some of the Fightin' Phil's pitchers were warming up just in foul territory right in front of their dugout up the first base line. The Fightin' sit on the first base side here. This has popped up. Shallow right field. Ortiz coming in. He'll make the catch for out number 2 as Brenton Doyle stays put on first. So the pitchers were warming up. Some of them had a football. They were tossing it around. Well, it accidentally got on the infield during the Yard Goats BP, and somebody went out to get it. I couldn't tell who it was. And the entire pitching staff was like, hit him. And Stovall was up at the plate, and he roped a little ground ball over to where whoever came out to field the football was, and they all cheered him on, which I thought that was funny. I think it was Griff McGarry, but I can't be sure, so I don't want to spread that rumor. But it was funny. A lot of these guys know each other. I know it's like serious rivalry, but I mean, a lot of these guys played together in college, or they saw each other in a different league, and this is, runner going. Throw down from Mciver. It trickles into the outfield, but well played by Johann Rojas, and he doesn't go over to second. So a stolen base for Doyle, number 21 here in Double-A. Breaks up and puts him in scoring position here. That's the tying run. He just got a really good jump on it. I think even if the throw was perfect, it would have been late watching that back. It was the right spot. It was just a little bit probably short on the first base side of that bag, but no dice. They got a runner on second with 2 outs here. Willie Mciver takes a wild pitch inside. Mciver works to get that back quickly. And the count moves 2-1. Small world. I feel like this industry is so small. You'll find so many people somehow they come back to your world. Leaning over, Lindau gets the sign from Mciver. 2 outs here, and a 1-run lead for the Fightins in the bottom of the second. Looks back. Now he comes home. This is line into left. Played well by Wilson. Play at the plate is no good. To get him at second, also no good. Willie Mciver brings in Brenton Doyle, and we're back to square one, tied at 1 run apiece. The throw by Wilson was high, and Mciver did everything he could from keeping it to going into the backstop, and then tried to get Mciver out at second. I think he'll just credit for the single and advancing to second on the throw. But they put another in scoring position here for Julio Carreras. And now Lindau working with the go-ahead runner on second, and the number 9 hitter Carreras up in just his 8th Double-A game. He takes the ball inside. Goes back to second. Vicuna keeps it from going into the outfield. Tied up at 1 here. Fightin' Phil's 4 hits, the Yard Goats 2. This is a deep line drive out to left field. Wilson back on the run over the shoulder. It bounces a ground rule double into the outfield, but that does bring in Willie Mciver, and they have taken a 2-1 lead. And arguably, perhaps a good thing that went into the stands there, because you never know if Carreras is going to take off for third. And he can't. If it goes to the stand, it just becomes a ground rule double. Top of the the order here for Isaac Collins. He takes a first pitch ball. Still a runner on second. Still 2 outs. This is popped up into the second deck, the party deck, just down the first baseline. Brent Doyle singled to reach. He stole a base to get over to second and then was able to come home on Willie Mciver's single. And the inning continued with Carreras' ground rule double to bring in Mciver himself. 2-1, Hartford Yard Goats. Ethan misses up and away, 2-1. This just misses. 3-1. Ground out to shortstop for Mciver his first time up, batting just .211, but as I said before, .321 off of left-handed pitchers. Really, each team only has 1, maybe 2 lefty starters. This clips the outside corner, full count. The Yard Goats don't have any. They only have 2 lefties in their bullpen. The Fightin' Phils have 2 lefties overall now with the promotion of Brian Marconi. Only Taylor Lehman in the bullpen and Lindau the starter. Here's the payoff pitch with 2 outs. It's ball 4 outside. And this inning will keep going as a runner ends up on first and second with 2 outs. Here is Zach Bean. And that's going to prompt a visit from the pseudo pitching coach, Travis Hergert here, who is the Phillies minor league pitching coordinator, coming out as Matt Hockenberry is on vacation. The entire infield coming in here to talk to Ethan. I asked Hergert, what kind of mound visit guy are you? Because I know each pitching coach has different strategies. I said, are you the kind of guy that's going to go out there, you're going to talk shop, or are you going to go out there and you're going to make a joke about a ham sandwich? And he said he tries to read the mood and know each pitcher differently and kind of what their needs are. But maybe he'll make a joke on the way out, relying a little bit on the catcher to help, determine where the conversation needs to go, since he's been out there the entire time. And infield resetting here as Herky goes back into the dugout. So just trying to give Ethan a little bit of a breather here with the pitch clock. Time does not stop in baseball. And he will see Zach Bean from the left side with 2 on and 2 out. Hartford a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the second. Swinging strike down in the dirt. We're here till Sunday in Hartford, Connecticut. Then we return home for 6 final games at America's Classic Ballpark against the Blue Jays affiliate New Hampshire and end the season on the road in Altoona. Fly ball out to center field. Racing in. Rojas diving. And he comes up with the baseball. The center fielder lays out for it. And he makes the play. What a web gem to end the inning. Does that at least once a week. Fully lays out head first for the baseball. And he makes the grab to end the frame. The Yard Goats do pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. They take a 1-run lead into the third. The Fightin' Phils up to bat.
Roof Max of West Reading is a safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to a complicated and expensive asphalt roof replacement. Roof Max's revolutionary new technology uses natural, plant-based bio-oil to restore shingles' flexibility and instantly add 5 years of life to a roof. And treatment is around 20% of the cost of a complete roof replacement. From homes to commercial complexes, Roof Max of West Reading can help. Visit GetRoofMax.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, two great hometown partners.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
Hartford now leads 2-1 over the Fightin Phils as we enter the top of the third inning. An outstanding play by Johann Rojas in center field, diving headfirst to end the inning. Carlos De La Cruz deep in the hole at first. A nice dive by Grant Levine comes up with the baseball and sends it over to the covering Kilkenny. There is one out here in the top of the third. Fightin Phils down by 1 run here. Anybody that comes up could tie it up with one swing of the bat. Here is Wendell Rijo, who doubled and scored the first and only run of the game for the Fightin Phils so far. In at the knee is a called strike. Kilkenny. 1 run on 4 hits. Hartford 2 runs on 3 hits. Wendell loads, but he takes a ball high. 1-1. Mitchell, 27 pitches here. Pretty efficient for the Yard Goats starter. Rijo takes another ball outside. Kilkenny, a second-round pick back in 2018 out of Texas A&M. Here's the 3-1. Wendell Rijo lines this down into left field, going back at the wall, and it ropes foul. And now the count is full. Rijo, the payoff pitch, driven into left. Diving in, and he can't make the play under his glove. And all the way to the wall. A double for Wendell Rijo, his second of the game, as that baseball gets under the glove of Isaac Collins in left. It was one of those plays where you risk it all trying to come up with it, or you give up extra bases not letting it bounce in front of you. And he relied on Brenton Doyle to cover him, at which he did very well, got to it quickly. Wendell Rijo going to pull up with a double here, and just 1 out on the board. Here is Jalen Ortiz. Ortiz takes the first pitch ball. Singled home Rijo in this exact same position back in the first. They're looking to tie it up down at 1. Ortiz shoves this into deep center field, going way back. It's out of here. Jalen Ortiz, back-to-back nights with a home run. He puts the Fightin Phils on top, 3-2 with his 17th bomb of the season. Straight out to center field. That's huge. Two-run blast in back-to-back nights for Jalen here. And he gives the Fightin Phils a 1-run advantage. Still 1 out. Here is Ethan Wilson looking to keep the line moving. This is blooped into left field. 3 people come in for it. The shortstop Carreras tries to put a glove on it. He can't, and Wilson is safe at first. That's a tough play. You're going backwards. Left fielder couldn't get there in time. And here is Aldrum Corridor as the line keeps moving. That should be a hit, I would think. Got to see how they put it in. Nobody touched it, therefore it can't really be an error. First pitch strike here to Aldrum. Flew out to left his first time up, looking to at least move Wilson into scoring position here. Runner on first, one out. Aldrum lines this into right center field. Veen on the run, diving for it is Doyle. This time the center fielder makes the grab, robbing Aldrum Corridor. And there is out number 2. That was well struck into shallow right center. And Brenton Doyle played this really well, laying out for it just as Rojas did in the previous inning. Pickoff attempt by Willie over at first, but he dives back in safely, and they do end up giving Ethan a hit for that, as he should. Garcia popped up to the third baseman his first time up. There he takes a strike on the corner. Called strike there. Not too happy with that call, and he's down 0-2 very quickly here. Reading leads 3-2 off the bat of Jalen Ortiz. Garcia staying alive, bumping this back foul. 3 RBIs for Jalen. Actually responsible for all of the runs batted in today. Well, if you're going to be in the cleanup spot, that's the way to do it. Righty-lefty matchup, the switch hitter Garcia batting from the left side. Pokes this into right center field. Doyle on the run, this time a much easier catch for the center fielder, and that will do it. But Jalen Ortiz smokes a ball out to center field, drives in 2 runs, and the Fightin' Phils retake the lead, 3-2. On to the bottom half we go.
Gear up for Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The sound of an ice-cold Corona is music to my ears. Oh, run that back. Dope. Now drop that beat. And hit me with the hook, player. Hey, whatever you do with your fine life, just do you, player. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. J.P. Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Well, Ethan Lindau is going to get the lead back here off Jalen Ortiz's 17th home run of the season. Reading leads 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning. They took the lead early. They gave it back immediately, trying not to do it again. As the shortstop puts a glove on this and sends it over to first. Kyle Datris is down for out number 1 here. Oh, my God, we're only in the bottom of the third. Oh, my gosh. A lot of action through 2.5 innings. The Fightin Phils lead 3 runs on 7 hits. The Yard Goats 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 Fightin error. This is shot foul off the bat of Aaron Schunk. He lined out to center his first time up. Schunk connects, driving this into right field. Ortiz covering a lot of ground. He sticks his glove in the air, and he makes an impressive catch on the run. Ethan gives him some credit from the mound. Man, the defense is working today for the Fightin Phils. Made a leaping grab. And a huge out number 2 here in the third for Grant Levine. My gosh, I can't even keep up in a very good way. This is down in the dirt. Levine grounded back out to Ethan his first time up. Two outs quickly here in the bottom of the third. Ethan working lefty on lefty matchup. Levine, another guy that bats really well against lefties, .316 compared to his overall .247 average. Isn't that crazy? What a ball coming from the other way will do for you. Checks his swing. Does not go around. Chipped back off the bat. Foul. And this is a called strike 3, rung up on the outside corner as Lindau slides it in. A 1-2-3 frame to keep the momentum in the Fightin's favor. On to the fourth we go, up 3-2.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. With Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by eXp Realty, Breakthrough Beverage, Humane Pennsylvania, Origlio Beverage, and Mal Beer. Fiesta Fridays feature special Los Luchador de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Savage Auto Group is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an Our Phils game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play in their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage Auto Group, Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Fightin Phils take the lead in the top of the third, and then Ethan Lindau shuts them down 1-2-3 in the bottom half. So on to the fourth we go, leading 3-2 over the Hartford Yard Goats, and it's the Fightin's turn to bat once again. We will see Herbert Iser, Kevin Vicuna, and the top of the order in Johann Rojas. Fightin Phil's already 7 hits here in this game. Yesterday, 7 hits through 9. So off to a good start here, battling hard against the Yard Goats. 1-1 count here to the lefty. Herbert Iser takes one in the dirt, 2-1. Phillies don't play till 9:40 tonight, wrapping up their series on the West Coast against the Diamondbacks, looking for a win there, dropping the past 2 nights. Kilkenny comes home. He gets Iser to chase down by the knees, and the count evens at 2. Lehigh Valley trails by 2 to Norfolk. They're in the top of the 5th on the road. Jersey Shore won their first game of the sort of doubleheader. Rest of that rain-shortened game from yesterday. They're up 1-0 in the second game. And Carlo Reyes getting the start. We know him. Out on the road in Hudson Valley. Just trying to clip the outside corner here is Kilkenny. A good frame by Willie Mciver, but they don't get the call. And the payoff pitch. Fly ball out to left field. Playable for Collins. And he's going to call off Doyle and make the catch. Out number 1. Here is Kevin Vicuna. Kevin had a single in his last at-bat. Takes the first pitch ball here from Kilkenny, the starter for the Yard Goats, up to 50 offerings here in the top of the 4th. Vicuna drives this out to right center field. Doyle on the run. It hangs up in the sky long enough. Puts a glove on it and makes the catch. There's out number 2. Here is Johann Rojas with 2 away. Dribbled over to the shortstop, charging. Carreras bobbles the ball for the second time today. Safe at first is Johann Rojas. Made actually a really clean play on the run, and then he tried to pop it out of his glove into his throwing hand for the transfer. And he got it to his hand, and then his hand couldn't get a good grip on the ball. I mean, it's hard. You're on the run. You're trying to do like 6 things at once. You're running, you're fielding, you're transferring, you're throwing. You're worried about the timing. And safe at first is Rojas there. And they are going to give Carreras an error. So 1 on each side today as the inning is alive for the Fightin Phils. Popped up by De La Cruz down the first base side into the Hartford terrace. Very long strike number 1. Runner on first is the fastest runner on the team. Johann Rojas shuffles off the bag. 23 stolen bases in 26 attempts. He's off. The throw is up high. It's to the wrong side of the bag, and he slides in safely. Mciver had plenty of time to throw that baseball, and he throws it on the third base side up in the air. And Rojas, his 24th stolen base here in Double-A for a total of 57 on the season. Isn't that crazy? In just 61 attempts. That's insane. So he takes advantage of the error, steals a bag, and gets himself into scoring position here with 2 outs. And De La Cruz up at the plate, who's grounded back to the first baseman twice today. Drills this up the third base line, and it's fair. Out of the reach of Aaron Schunk, and off to second goes De La Cruz, driving in Johann Rojas, a 2-out double. Makes it 4-2, and the crowd here booing the umpire's call. Schunk pointing at the line. Really frustrated that was called fair. And Jude Corey does not care back behind the plate. He really does not. He is going to put his mask back on, and we are going to keep the line moving as Wendell Rijo, who's doubled twice and scored 2 runs, comes up. That's the 4th extra base hit of the day for the Fightin Phils. And they're up by 2 here. Hefty swinging strike by Wendell. He was going for the fences there. Two outs, a runner in scoring position here. Wendell Rijo looking to keep the line moving. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Down and inside, 2-1. I do not see anybody in the Yard Goats bullpen. They want Kilkenny to get out of this. Fly ball out to shallow left field. Coming in, Isaac Collins. He'll call everybody off and make the catch for the final out. But De La Cruz doubles home Johann Rojas, and Reading takes a 4-2 lead as we enter the 5th inning here at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
The time has come for businesses to grow, to prosper, to innovate, to succeed. Tompkins Vist Bank continues to be a leading lender to companies in southeastern Pennsylvania. We make decisions locally and invest locally so local businesses can thrive. Call a business advisor today and see how we can help your business grow. Tompkins Vist Bank, locally focused, a world of possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I don't know why I cannot keep track of what inning it is today, but it is only the bottom of the 4th here in Hartford. I've been a half inning ahead the entire time. Maybe because we played 2 weeks at home and I am familiar with the Fightins batting last, but they're batting first today, and the Yard Goats bat in the bottom half. As Ethan Lindau comes out for another inning of work, he will see Brenton Doyle, Hunter Stovall, and Willie Mciver. The Fightin Phils a 4-2 lead. Chipped over to shortstop, backhanded by Garcia, a bullet to first, and he just beats out a racing Doyle for out number 1. Helmet comes flying off as he skirts out of the batter's box, but the throw beats him there, and there's one away here for Ethan. 54 pitches for the lefty here. He's allowed just 2 runs on 3 hits. And it looks like they ended up giving Johann Rojas a single instead of an error. I can't complain. This is shot over the head of Kevin Vicuna at second into the outfield. It's going all the way to the wall. Hustling for 2 is Hunter Stovall, a stand-up double. Puts a runner on second here with 1 out. Well, they had originally ruled out an error. I'm looking at my screen. I see a 0 in the error box. Fine by me, they're going to give him a hit. And here is Willie Mciver with a runner on second and one away. Mciver drove in a run with his single back in the second. Lindau hits the outside corner, a called strike with that curveball. Features two breaking balls, the curve and the slider, and then a fastball sitting about 87 to 88. And occasionally he'll throw in a changeup to get a weak ground out. This is lined deep past the shortstop Garcia. Not sharp enough to drive in Hunter Stovall, who holds up at third. Another hit for Willie Mciver. Puts runners on the corners here for Carreras. It does bring in the force out, though, and the ability to turn two as he sees Julio Carreras. Bottom of the lineup doing it today for the Yard Goats. That's where all of their hits and runs have come up with today. Dribbler over to short. Flip play to second. Oh, my God. They get him at second. No, they don't get him at second. Garcia flipped to Vicuna, and he struggled to get it out of his hand. And so the throw was to the bare hand of Kevin, and he couldn't keep it in his glove. Everybody is safe on what could have been a double play. And that drives in a run. Now the Yard Goats down by just one. It's going to be another error. We'll see who that goes on. Ethan working with one out and runners on first and second, so that force is still intact. Stovall crossing the plate to make this a one-run game. Top of the order here, Isaac Collins takes the first pitch ball. This is going to be an important moment for Ethan. If he can stay locked in here in a tight situation. Fightin Phils have given him some run support today. Down in the dirt, 2-0. Lindau misses outside, 3-0. Collins 0 for 1, a ground out to short, also walked. Reading leads 4 runs on 9 hits, 3 runs and 5 hits for the Yard Goats with 2 errors. First one didn't end up costing them anything, this one does. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Lindau stays in this at-bat, 3-1. Big swinging strike on the fastball, and he gets this count full. Just one out here in the bottom of the fourth. We've seen a lot of action on either side. There's actually been a run scored in every inning so far. Not every half inning, but every inning, at least. Popped up right side. It's going to end up in that second section in the party deck again. And it'll keep a full count. Lindau running up his pitch count, 67. But as I said before, he stayed in well into the 90s before. First and second, 1 out. The lefty comes home, the payoff pitch, and he blazes it past the righty, Isaac Collins. And there is a big out number 2. Here's Zach Bean with 2 on and 2 out. Bean reached on an error back in the first. As I said before, that didn't end up costing him anything. He's stuck on first. And here is Bean in from the left side. Lindau waiting for him to step in. He's kept good rhythm this game. He's working pretty speedy. Chip down the first baseline. It stays fair. Race to the bag. Dela is going to make it before him in what could have been a crash play. But he sides off to his left very quickly. And he gets there before the runners does. Impressive work by the first baseman to make the play. And the Strands 2 on the base pass. The Yard Goats do pick up a run, but they still trail by 1. And it's a Fightin's turn to bat in the 5th.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Pelleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Pelleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Pelleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2022 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are healthy, safe, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community for animals anywhere by visiting humanepa.org.
This is the Crazy Hot Dog Bender coming to you from the radio booth. When I need to get somewhere in a hurry and the ostrich isn't cutting it, I hop on my Harley Davidson from Classic Harley Davidson. It's your one-stop shop for all your Harley needs. They have everything you need from boots, jackets, t-shirts, gloves, mugs, and oh yeah, they have a great selection of bikes too, which are almost as good on gas as an ostrich. Go to Classic Harley Davidson for everything Harley Davidson, and I'll see you at Harley Night.
All right, into the 5th. This time for real, we are in the 5th. We've scored a run in every inning so far, at least one team has. So let's do it here in the top of the 5th. The Fightins lead 4-3 as Jalen Ortiz chips this foul. Reached safely every time so far, an RBI single and a 2-run shot in the 3rd. 2 for 2 today. And both really important hits to put the Fightin' Phils up by 1. He lines this out to left. It hangs up in the sky. Isaac Collins makes the grab up at his shoulder, ranging back. And there is out number 1. They call that a can of corn. I don't know if I would call that a can of corn. A can of corn is something you're like camped under. He was on the run. Not that it was an incredibly difficult play, but he does make it. Here's Mitch Kilkenny with his 62nd pitch over to the lefty Ethan Wilson, who's had 2 singles today. This is sent up the first base side fair. It's a race to the bag, but Grant Levine gets there first for out number 2. First pitch strike to Aldrum. Lined out sharply twice. He'll send this out to center field, and there to make the catch is Brenton Doyle. A 1-2-3 frame. Down go the Fightin' Phils. In order, on to the bottom of the 5th we go. Reading 4, Hartford 3. Into the bottom of the 5th very quickly we go. Reading 4 and Hartford 3. It's been an exciting game. It's been fun. Ethan Lindau's going to get another frame. Kyle Datries, Aaron Shunk, and Grant Levine due up as Ethan throws his 70th offering. And to Datries, who's 0 for 2. Hartford's bottom of the lineup, really rocking it for them today. These 3, 4, and 5 hitters have all been 0 for. Chases an offering down and away. Curveball gets him 0 and 2. Outside, evening the count. Phillies don't start for another hour and 20 minutes on the West Coast. Bailey Falter on the bump as they look to take a win against the Diamondbacks. This just misses down and away. Thought it clipped the corner. Sean thought it did too out in the dugout. But the count is full. Sharply struck deep in the hole at short. Garcia, a bullet across the diamond. An excellent play by the shortstop for out number 1. Lindau has not allowed the first batter to reach in any frame so far. Here's Aaron Shunk. Shot. Wendell Rijo makes a play on his knees. Pops up over to first. 2 really excellent throws from the left side of the infield. And 2 quick outs for Ethan Lindau. Grant Levine comes up 0 for 2 today. A ground out back to the pitcher and a caught looking as he takes a first pitch strike from the left side. Trickled down the third base side. Wendell Rijo from all the way deep in the hole, actually in foul territory at third. And it just bounces over to first. Safe is Levine. It was a great effort. A really good effort by Wendell Rijo, but even I'm watching it back, even a perfect throw wouldn't have got him. It was just too deep. Chipped off the bat down the third base side, foul. The count evens at 1. Fightin Phil's up 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. They got a huge home run out of Jalen Ortiz in the 3rd to take the lead, and then De La Cruz's double tacked on that 4th run, which ended up being imperative with the yard coach chipping one in the bottom of the 4th. Lindau's got that tying run on the 1st. This is smacked deep to right field by Doyle at the track. It hits the second deck, and just like that, the Yard Goats have the lead back 5-4 over the Fightin Phils. Brent Doyle, a 2-run home run to the second deck in right center. Goodness gracious. This is a back and forth contest here. That is his 18th home run of the season. And just like that, the Yard Goats back on top, 5-4. First pitch strike to Hunter Stovall. Lindau firing here up above the letters 1-1. Back and forth, the Yard Goats on top, 5-4 here. Fightin Phil's out hitting them 9-7, but their 2 errors in the field have made a difference in this game. Chip deep in the hole at third. Wendell Rijo across the diamond again. A good pick and a split by De La Cruz. And he gets the out at first. Wow. In his first game at first base here in Double-A. Comes up big to end the inning. And that will do it. But the Yard Goats strike again. Brenton Doyle, a 2-run home run, makes it 5-4 Hartford to the 6th. We go.
There you are in the great wide open when you hear it. Dinner time. When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if they try, that's what Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable SUVs with available all-wheel drive is for. The Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos are how you know we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Visit kia.com for details. Always drive safely.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
The Reading Fightin Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Reading gives up a 2-run bomb to Brent Doyle in the bottom of the 5th. So on to the 6th. Hartford leads 5-4. Luis Garcia chips this foul. The count evens 1-1. Looking for somebody to get on base. Everybody that comes up represents the tying run as we merge into the back half of this ball game. Mitch Kilkenny stays out on the rubber, pitch number 69. Coming in, the 2-1 sent down the first baseline. Mike Jones tries to put a bare hand on it, but it trickles into the outfield, 2-2. Fightin Phil's out hitting the Yard Goats 9-7. Both teams have an important 2-run shot, Ortiz and Brent Doyle, in this game. I can't see the bullpen. I imagine Ethan's done. But we'll have to see. 2-2 lined into right center field. Coming in is Doyle. He gets a glove on it. There is out number 1 in the 6th. Lead has changed hands 4 times in this game. We're only in the 6th inning. Here's Herbert Iser, batting from the left side. Lines this right into the glove of Grant Levine at first. Out number 2. Kevin Vicuna, who's 1 for 2 today, will come up in the 9 hole before we head back to the top of the order. First pitch ball to the righty bat. This is sent over to the second baseman. Stovall makes the play on to first, and the Fightin Phils go down in order. On to the bottom of the 6th, 5-4 Hartford. Into the bottom of the 6th we go. Tyler McKay comes out of the bullpen here for Ethan Lindau. In the bottom of the 6th, you'll see Willie Mciver, Julio Carreras, and Isaac Collins. McKay had a really impressive 2 innings of relief last week. Try to keep that going here and keep the Fightin Phils in this game. They are down 5-4 to the Hartford Yard Goats as he misses outside 2-0. Lindau's final line: 5 hits, 5 innings of work, 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts on 86 pitches. Shot back foul on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-1. The lead has changed in this game 4 times. As the Fightin Phils got on the board first in the first, Hartford took the lead in the second. Reading got back on top in the third. An extra run in the fourth. Hartford got one within 1 in the bottom half and then took the lead back in the 5th with a 2-run shot by Brent Doyle. Mciver shoves this back foul. He is down 2-2. 2 RBI singles for Willie today, though both of those against the lefty Ethan. His average drops 50 points against right-handed pitchers as he takes called strike 3 on the outside corner. There is one away here in the 6th. Here is Julio Carreras. Ground ball deep in the hole, backhanded by Garcia. At short, a stretch by De La Cruz. And he is out at first. De La's looked great in his first appearance at first base in Double-A. 2 away to the top of the order. Here is Isaac Collins. There's a called strike on the outside corner to the lefty. McKay keeping his fastball velo up to 95. Chipped over the plate. Big news out of the Fightin Phillies organization today. Opening day is set for next summer, April 11th, a Tuesday. Out at America's Classic Ballpark. They do open on the road. Checks his swing, the appeal down to first. He doesn't go around. 2-1. McKay saying something about his footing on the rubber. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. Sean's coming out here. I think they thought that check swing went around. But he didn't, so down to first is Isaac Collins, and here is Zach Veen. Tyler goes over to first. The ball trickles past De La Cruz, but he's able to keep it in front of him enough. And the runner stays put. 2 outs on the board. Bottom 6, the Yard Goats lead by 1. As the lefty Zach Veen steps up. And they ended up saying he was hit by that pitch, even though he checked his swing. And that's what technically puts Isaac Collins down at first. Being ahead in the count, 2-0. McKay deals, misses 3-0 outside. Sun is officially set here at the ballpark. Baseball under the lights in Hartford. It's cooled off a little bit. That wind did not pick up. The flag hanging down by the pole out in left center. And a solid crowd here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. I'm pretty impressed with the Wednesday and the first week of school. Yesterday they announced 5,000 official. That doesn't technically mean who's in the ballpark. Today they announced 5,000 again. Looks like he had one on the outside corner, but it's ball 4. And a hit by pitch and a walk will put 2 on with 2 outs here for Tyler McKay. Here is Kyle Datris. Datris 0 for 3 today. Tyler steps off the rubber, calling time. Now he's back on the first base side. Yard Goats 5 runs on 7 hits. Reading 4 runs on 9 hits. They did make 2 errors in the field. A wild pitch clips the umpire down And both runners advance. And Jude Corey's having trouble standing up here as the trainer is going to come out. He's down in the dirt, got past Iser and right into the right foot of Jude Corey. And the trainer for the Yard Goats, Kelsey Brandstetter, is out there trying to see if he can put weight on it. They've got so much padding there back behind the plate, but perhaps not in the ankles. And that'd advance both runners into scoring position. Popped off his ankle and in front of Iser, and he had to chase it out onto the infield grass. They're giving him some time here. He's putting pressure on it. And there is a chance that if he is out, they just work with a two-man crew. They're going to get him some water. They could work with a two-man crew. Could stay back behind the plate. There's no option where they bring in somebody else. I want to say they have two-man crews in High A. Let me check Jersey's box score. Yeah, they do have only two-man crews in High A. And I want to say they have four-man crews in Triple A. That is not the case. They have three-man crews still in Triple A. Bat Boy brings him out some water. It wasn't even for Jude. It wasn't even for the umpire that got hit. For a different umpire. And he's still talking to Kelsey. She's going to head back to the dugout. He's going to take his mask and stay in this game back behind the plate. Umpire injury break here. And they should let Tyler McKay have a couple warm-up pitches here. Does get some cheers from the crowd. Nobody wants anybody hurt. Even the umpires. They should let McKay get a couple pitches here. And they are going to. Oh, they're not. Well, maybe he didn't want them. I can't tell from up here. Two in scoring position. And Dat just took a first pitch ball. Now he takes a called strike on the outside corner. Clips the corner again, and he's got him 2-2 here on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got two in scoring position. It's a one-run game right now. Trying to keep it that way and keep your team in this game. And just the bottom of the sixth, and he gets a swinging strike three. Kyle Datries goes down on strikes. McKay bookends the frame with punch-outs and strands two runners on the base pass. To the seventh we go. Hartford 5, Reading 4. Tyler McKay strands 2 on in the bottom of the 6th, so on to the 7th we go, down 5-4 for the Hartford Yardgoats, and they're finally going to see somebody who is not Mitch Kilkenny as Johann Rojas looks to lay down a bunt. Austin Kitchen, the lefty, will come in for Kilkenny here. Went 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout on a total of 75 pitches. Rojas got credit for a single his last time up. He keeps the bat on his shoulder this time and bumps it back foul. Sixth inning, the first inning that came and went where nobody scored a run in this game. A called strike 3, Rojas caught on the inside looking. Not too happy with Jude Corey's call there, as Dayla's going to send him back into the dugout. Taylor Cruz is so much bigger than him. Pushing him back to the dugout. Don't want him to get ejected here. And there is out number 1 in the 7th for Carlos De La Cruz. Back foul. Dayla an RBI single back in the 4th. Everybody represents the tying run here and just a 1-run deficit for the Fightin Phils. Dayla takes a swinging strike, down 0-2 on the off-speed pitch. Down in the dirt, Carlos holds off. Fightin Phils still out hitting the Yardgoats 9 hits to 7. Both teams have a 2-run blast, Ortiz and Doyle, in this contest. Checks his swing, he doesn't go around. Trying to get out of a way of a pitch really inside. Dayla shoves this deep to right field. Bean at the wall. Is it fair or foul? Fair! A solo shot for De La Cruz ties us up at 5. Just kept it to the left of that foul pole down the right field line. A beautiful home run for Dayla. His 5th in Double-A, and he knots this game up at 5. We're starting over here in the 7th. 1 out for the Fightin Phils. Here is Wendell Rijo. He did that with 2 strikes, too. Mobbed as he goes back into the dugout. This is a fun game here. Rijo takes a ball down in the dirt. 2 doubles in this game. And also a fly out to left. Rijo lines this into left center. Going back, Doyle at the warning track. Over the shoulder, he makes the grab. It was deep, but just not enough on it. There's out number 2 for Jalen Ortiz. Ortiz, 2 for 3 today, an RBI single and a 2-run home run. Sends this sharply up the third base line. Shunk knocks it down. He sends it over to first. And Jalen Ortiz runs it out as Grant Levine is pulled off the bag. A runner on first here, and 2 outs. Here is Ethan Wilson. You know what? I will say this. Not a lot of arguments out of the Yard Goats dugout. Whether or not they agree with the call, unless they're chirping and I can't hear it from up here, they don't really go out and say anything. And that is going to prompt a visit from the pitching coach, Blaine Beatty, with a runner on first and 2 outs. I think that should be a hit for Ortiz, and it is their 11th. Rewatching this De La homer, and everybody that's up by the foul pole, because there is a second section that's right behind it. They're all pointing in different directions. A couple of infielders come in for this meeting, not everybody. Wilson 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles. Oh, it bounced off the pole. Down into another section of stands. Blaine Beatty heads back into the dugout with 2 outs and a runner on first, and Jalen Ortiz and a lefty bat, so a southpaw matchup here. And I'm sure that's something they were talking about. Kitchen, a Pittsburgh, PA native. Ortiz is going. Wilson lays down the bunt. The pitcher lets it slide under his glove, and both runners are safe. Would have been a quick play to make as Wilson's speedy, and he's in the lefty batter's box, but it goes right under the glove of Austin Kitchen. And the inning continues for the Fightins. 2 on and 2 out for Aldrum Corridor. They've done a lot of damage with 2 outs today. And they give him a hit. A bunt single for Ethan Wilson, his 3rd hit of the game. Shifts Ortiz into scoring position. They're going to take another mound visit as Kristen Orfia, the manager's coming in. They don't even give him a full inning here. They're going to go to the bullpen. Tied at 5, Reading has the go-ahead run on second with 2 outs. And their designated hitter, Aldrum Corridor, up at the plate, stuck in the top of the 7th in a very good way. We'll give this reliever a chance, and then we'll be right back.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Aldrum Cordo will see a righty pitcher here, part of the reason why they went away from Austin Kitchen. With 2 outs and 2 on, he grounds this slowly to Hunter Stovall at second, and he makes the play over to first, and that will end the inning. 1 pitch and 1 out for Blair Calvo. Keeps this game tied at 5. Stretch time here at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
The Reading Fightin Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in baseball town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike.
Top of the 7th, Carlos De La Cruz, his 5th AA home run, ties us up at 5 apiece. And Tyler McKay is going to see the bottom of the 7th. Theron Shunk, Grant Levine, and Brenton Doyle. This is blooped over to third. Rijo on the run. A good throw. A pick in the dirt by Dela at first. And a very rapid fire out number 1 on the first pitch he sees. Here is Grant Levine. McKay hit a batter and walked a batter in the 6th, but he stranded them both on. Put up a 0. Popped up on the roof, foul. Popped up again on the roof. And it falls back down into the stands. Just misses outside, 1-2. Fightin Phil's 12 hits tonight, 5 runs. They did make 2 errors in the field. Hartford, 7 hits, 5 runs. Down and away, evens the count, 2-2. This is shot out to left center field. Oh my gosh, it's in the 4th row of the second deck. One swing of the bat, and Grant Levine has tied up this ball game. We're actually taking a 6-5 lead. That was launched into the second deck, pretty much out to center. And 6-5, Hartford. This lead has changed 5 times here. And the Fightin Phils keep falling underneath, and they keep tying it back up. Here's Brenton Doyle, who had a 2-run shot back in the 5th. Also a single. Ground ball over to Garcia on 2 hops. Sends it to first. There's out number 2. Here's Hunter Stovall with 2 outs. Oh, man. This is a marathon of a game. And we're only at the 2-hour mark, so it really hasn't been that long. McKay hits the outside corner, a called strike, 96 with the fastball. Comes set, glove at the chest, down and away, 1-1. 6 runs on 8 hits, 5 runs on 12 hits for the Fightin Phils. Both teams now, they have 2 homers. This is a called strike on the outside corner. Stovall a double and a run scored in the 4th. Doyle got him on a nice play at first his last time up. This misses down and away. The count evens 2-2. McKay misses outside, a full count. Phillies starting at about a half hour on the West Coast out in Arizona. Here's the payoff pitch, ball 4. And with 2 outs, Hunter Stovall will take a walk down to first. Here is Willie Mciver. Lehigh Valley has a run in this game. They trail by 3 through 7 out in Norfolk. Jersey Shore tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the 6th. Joel Cesar beginning a rehab assignment out in Jersey. We saw him last year, but he ended up having Tommy John. He's pitching there, so we'll keep an eye on that. And Clearwater was rained out tonight. Runner on first, 2 outs. McKay gets a pop-up into the lighting, and it comes all the way down into the stands. And a race for the foul ball. Another one. This one's going to hit the roof. Got to be a lot of baseballs up there. Can't imagine how many just come down and hit the street, because we are surrounded by roads on all sides of us. Into the dirt. McKay checks on the runner, Stovall at first. 10 stolen bases in 13 attempts. Hartford a 6-5 lead off of Levine's solo shot here in the 7th. 2 out fastball, and he gets him to chase for strike 3, and that will end the inning, but not before. A solo shot by Levine breaks the tie. It is 6-5 Hartford as we go into the 8th. Reddit looking for a couple of runs.
K Pool and Spa offers a variety of expert services for both in and above ground pools and hot tubs. They provide the service for Pool Pavilion at the First Energy Stadium and keep it clean and maintained throughout the entire season. Based in Reading, Pennsylvania, they've been family owned and operated for 40 years. Turn to K Pool and Spa for the best value and professional service.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider for the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots all 33 fireworks shows throughout the R-Phil season, including 6 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a retail store in nearby Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin Phils game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Blair Calvo, who came in and got the final out of the top of the 7th, will stay in here for the 8th as Hartford leads 6-5 over the Fightin Phils, but they have Luis Garcia, Herbert Iser, and Kevin Vicuna due up. Garcia and Iser both 0 for 3 tonight, looking for their first hit. He takes a first pitch strike, righty-lefty matchup. Garcia, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. He lines this just foul down the third base side. It's been an eventful game. The lead has changed hands 5 times. We are in the top of the 8th. Calvo pumps his left foot on the first base side of the rubber. Inside. 1-2. Shortstop Shunk. Well, he's a third baseman. He's playing in the shortstop position, really manning the left side of the infield while Carrera shades back behind second. There's a called strike 3, caught looking on the outside corner, 1 away for the Fightin Phils. Reading took a 1-0 lead in the first. Hartford put 2 runs up in the second, getting the lead back. Then the Fightin Phils got on top in the third and added 1 in the fourth. The Yard Goats crept within 1 in the bottom half, and then Hartford took the lead in the second. The Fightin Phils tied it up on De La Cruz's homer in the top of the 7th. And then Grant Levine's solo shot in the bottom half made it 6-5 Hartford, and the Fightin Phils out hitting the Yard Goats 12-8, but they have made 2 errors in the field. Glove of the waist, Calvo down and away, and the count evens at 1. Another lefty bat for him to face, although this is a true lefty with Iser. All balls in the air today, which is good contact. Behind the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's down 1-2. Shot down the third baseline, foul. Big ball game for the Fightin Phils. They're down 1-0 in this series, and they've also dropped their last 5 consecutive games. tracking back to the series against Binghamton. This is fouled into the sweet level, 1-2. And Iser foul tips it right into the glove of Willie Mciver. Back-to-back Ks. For Calvo puts 2 outs on the board. Here is Kevin Vicuna. Kevin's 1 for 3 today. Looking to keep the line moving with 2 outs. The Fightin' Phils have had a lot of 2-out hits. A diving stop by Hunter Stovall from his knee. He makes an excellent play onto first. And the Fightin' Phils go down in order in the top of the 8th. Well, they'll look to keep this a 1-run ball game as Hartford leads 6-5 in the bottom half.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mciver & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mciver Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mciver & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmscaro.com or call 1-888-MSCARO. J.P. Mciver & Sons, ready to serve you.
Berks Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Berks Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at First Energy Stadium.
Lidl is a normal grocery store with aisles and shelves and high-quality groceries. But only Lidl has really low prices. Like so low they're too good to be true. But true. Lidl, suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Matt Seelinger checks in out of the bullpen here, trying to keep this a 6-5 game as the Hartford Yard Goats lead by 1 run. He'll see the number 9 hitter, Julio Carreras, and then Isaac Collins and Zach Veen. He sends a first pitch ball to Carreras. Tyler McKay, 2 innings, 1 hit. That 1 hit, though, it was the solo shot by Grant Levine that gave the Yard Goats a lead. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts on 36 pitches. Seelinger's got him 1-1. Fightins will have to get a run in the 9th if it stays this way. Just misses the outside corner, 2-1, but they'll have the top of their order, Rojas, De La Cruz, and Rijo. A couple of people available off the bench. Jack Conley, Vito Fresia, Jonathan Guzman, Madison Stokes. Big, hefty, swinging strike on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Good frame by Iser. They don't get the call they're looking for on the corner. And the count slips to full. Up and away, ball 4. A leadoff walk for Matt Seelinger will send Carreras down to first, and here is the top of the order with a runner on and nobody out for Isaac Collins. A bunt attempt by Collins, just trying to shift this runner into scoring position, but he bunted back foul for strike one. Sealander keeps the baseball behind his back. Now he looks over at first, and he comes home. This is a wild pitch that bounces over the plate. And Collins doesn't even have to bunt. That will move the runner over to second. And now the count is 1-1. Another bunt attempt, but this is chipped back foul, and now it's 1-2, and I don't imagine he will try to lay down the bunt, but perhaps we'll see. Just trying to move that runner over and take more than a one-run lead. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Yard Goats, 5 runs on 12 hits for the Fightins. They have made 2 errors in the field. This is sent out to deep left field. Going back is Ethan Wilson. He makes the catch. The runner does tag. No play at third. And that does get a runner 90 feet from home plate with just one out. Here is Zach Bean. Chases a ball down in the dirt for strike one as Sealander goes off speed. 94 with his fastball down to 78 with the breaking ball and fools Zach Bean, who is 0 for 3 today. Reached on an error, which doesn't count for your average, and a walk. From the lefty batter's box, Bean slices this down the third base side foul. Runner on third is Julio Carreras as the infield playing in. They're going to go for that play at the plate. Inside, bumping Bean out of the box. 1-2. He picks up a strikeout here. That would be huge to get the second out. Then a sac fly wouldn't do it. And obviously Carreras doesn't have to run at third. But with any kind of ground ball, they'll hold it long enough to make sure he doesn't. Chases a pitch in the dirt. Iser has to throw it to first. It bounces off the glove of De La Cruz. It goes awry, and the run scores anyways. And I think that Sean is coming in here to argue that he blocked it at first, because that's what happened. If you watch it back, the runner kind of in De La's way. And Iser arguing as well. Sean is very close to Jude Corey here. Even maybe perhaps blocking it at the plate. And Kelvis Velez, the crew chief, is kind of hanging out in the middle of the field here. Sean and Iser talking to Jude Corey back behind the plate here. Sean keeps pointing towards first, I guess saying that the runner blocked it. I'm watching this back. He was in the way of De La being able to see where that baseball was. It's unfortunate. Sean's not going to get the call he's looking for, and a dropped third strike is what allows another run to score 7-5 Hartford. I don't know what to make of this. They're going to give Carlos an error, and that is back-to-back games where the Fightin Phils make 3 errors in the field. Actually, 3 straight games because they did it on Sunday, too. Chase is a off-speed pitch for strike 1. Runner going. Iser fires from behind the plate. A good tag by Kevin, and they get him stealing. Big caught stealing by Herbert Iser as he catches Zach Bean on the right side of the bag. That is his 3rd caught stealing here in Double-A, and he puts out number 2 on the board. Slow roller over to short, gobbled up by Garcia over to first, and that will do it. But the damage done. Another run scores on the weirdest instance. Oh, Seelinger got himself ejected? He must have said something as he was walking by Jude Corey, and he got himself tossed. Well, this has been a wild one. It's not over yet. The Fightin Phils will have 3 outs to come up with at least 2 runs in the top of the 9th. Things could not be more eventful than they have been tonight, as the Yard Goats lead 7-5 here in the top of the 9th. Blair Calvo is going to get another inning. He'll see the top of the order: Rojas, De La Cruz, and Rijo. Reading needs 2 to tie it up. Obviously, Hartford will have the bottom of the 9th if needed. They don't need it right now. It has been such a good game. It's one of those ones where you hate to see it end like this, and there's still time for the Fightin Phils as Rojas takes the ball inside 1-1. Fightins have made 3 errors in 3 consecutive games. As Rojas takes a pitch inside, 2-1 on the check swing, but he doesn't go around. And this could have been a 1-run ball game, but a walk, a wild pitch, and a drop third strike, a miscatch error, allows another one to score. So it is 7-5 here in the top of the 9th. An aggressive chase by Rojas. 2-2. 1 for 4 tonight with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored, all in the 4th inning. And this is a game where the lead has changed hands 5 times. Run scoring in every inning but the 6th so far. This is chipped deep in the hole at second, backhanded by Stovall over to first. Rojas tries to run it out, but he can't, and there is out number 1. Here's De La Cruz. In his last 2 at-bats, a double and a home run. 2 RBIs and a run scored. This is drilled down the third baseline, but well played by Aaron Schunk over to first, and back-to-back groundouts puts 2 on the board for the Fightin' Phils. And here is Wendell Rijo looking to keep things alive. Sealander getting ejected marks the 15th ejection by a Fightin' Phils player or staff member this season alone. Sean has been ejected 6 times. Henson twice, Michael Jones once, and the rest a handful of players. No player has been ejected more than once, though. This is lined into center field. Brent Doyle coming in. He's going to let it bounce in front of him. Doesn't want to dive out for that play. Wendell Rijo keeps us alive in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Jalen Ortiz comes up to bat, represent the tying run. He's already had a really big night. 2 singles, a 2-run home run, so 3 total RBIs and 1 run scored himself. I mean, he has been all over the Yard Goats, and he has kept the Fightin' Phils alive in this game. And with 1 swing of the bat, certainly asking a lot, but he can do it. Calvo's 22nd pitch here with a runner on first and 2 outs. Jalen takes a called strike down at the knees. 90 out of Calvo. His velocity has definitely dropped as he gets higher in his pitch count, but only allowed 1 hit so far. 2.60 ERA for the righty reliever as he comes to Ortiz, who takes a swinging strike, and he's down 0-2. Waiting in the on-deck circle, Ethan Wilson. He's 3 for 4 tonight. Fightin' Phils out hitting the Yard Goats 13-8, but the Yard Goats lead 7-5 here in the top of the 9th. Calvo comes set the 0-2, checks his swing. He doesn't go around. 1-2. Getting a second chance here. What can he do with it? Rijo on first, 2 outs here, down by 2 in the top of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-2. He loads and he takes a pitch way inside, 2-2. Keeping it interesting down to the wire. Rijo shuffles off the bag at first. The Phils down by 2 runs here in the top of the 9th. There's 2 outs on the board. Here's the 2-2. Inside, called strike 3. And Ortiz is stunned, standing there. That will end the game. A tough loss for the Fightin' Phils. The lead exchanged hands 5 times here in Hartford. The Fightin' Phils out hitting the Yard Goats 13-8. They had 2 home runs, 1 from Ortiz and 1 from De La Cruz. And the 3 errors, really their downfall here tonight. Such a good game. And there's always another one, at least for the next 16 days, as we move into tomorrow's game, another 7:05 start. TBD for the Fightins, and I believe is it Noah Goetzies? Sorry, it's Will Etheridge for the Yard Goats. A 7:05 start here at Dunkin Donuts Ballpark. Tough loss for the Fightin Phils. 5 runs on 13 hits, but they make 3 errors in the field. The Yard Goats take the win, 7 runs on 8 hits. Fans, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. 16 games left in this AA season, and I look forward to taking on the rest of them with you guys. Your final score, Hartford 7, Reading 5.